Hi guys, it's Beth. Welcome. And welcome to another edition of Smash Your Stash 2021 collaboration. This is just a collaboration that focuses on using some of those oft forgotten or hoarded items in your stash. And there is a bunch of participants in this collaboration that will be linked down in the description box below. Each month we have had some type of theme or prompt, and this month was actually free choice. So one of my crafty goals is to use items from my stash, like each month, like to use at least one item from my stash each month that I have either saved, bought, or collected with the purpose of turning it into something else. So like upcycling or flipping it, that kind of thing. These are things that I picked up from thrift stores, garage sales. Maybe I saved it. You know, it was a part of something that I saved, you know, that we had in our house. So it's just kind of a hodgepodge of items. And I've been lax on this a little bit this year. So since this was a free choice month, I decided to focus on that part of my stash. So what do I have? I have a bunch of like random things for you today. I purchased a wooden sled. I don't know, it was 99 cents, I can tell you that, and it had a pineapple print on it, and I will insert a picture of that here, which I thought rather interesting because why would you have a sled with a pineapple on it? But anyway, so it was nice, you know, solid wood, and it was put together fairly well, so I picked it up for 99 cents, couldn't pass that, and I knew I could turn it into something Christmassy. So actually I need to zoom you out here just a bit. And so it was painted all black, and then it had like the pineapple. So I went through and painted the runners and the bottom part red. And then this top part, I just went ahead and painted black, and then took some white wood grain scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby, Mod Podged it onto the top. So I like just kind of turned this upside down and traced the shape onto my paper so that I could get the shape. Then Mod Podged it onto the top. I brought in some black vinyl to say jingle all the way. And then I was going to put a bow on it. And I was all excited because I had found this red and black buffalo check ribbon, and it was like nice and wide, but it just did not work for a bow. It wasn't like wire edged, and so it wouldn't hold the shape of a bow. And then when I went to trim it into like make a messy bow, it just didn't cut well. And I don't even know, like the edges just started to fringe really quickly. And I don't even think I could have like gone and sealed it with a lighter. I don't even think that would have stopped it. So this is not the bow that I'm going to put on here. I would like to actually get a red buffalo check bow to put on here and then add some greenery to it. Maybe a few jingle bells to go with Jingle All the Way. So as soon as I can get some ribbon, I will finish that part up. But that is kind of what I have for now on the sled. And I think it came out pretty cute, and I think it looks much better than the pineapple. No offense to those who like pineapples. I like pineapples, just not on my Christmas sleds. Next, I was inspired by a picture I had seen online. I think it may have been Pinterest. I don't remember. I had just saved it to my phone. But they had taken like some wooden shaped houses like this that may have even come from Dollar Tree. That's where I got mine. And just turned it into like a little scene. And I know Debbie from Project 39 had done something similar like this with Halloween. And so I did mine for Christmas. So like I said, these were houses from Dollar Tree, and I again will insert a picture. They had some like bright summery patterns, prints, colors on the inside. And so I just peeled that off, and I wanted my back to be clean, so I didn't want to just turn it around. So I popped this back part off of the frame, peeled off that paper, sanded it down, and then took some scrapbook paper from a Christmas pad I had that's kind of like a snowy birch forest kind of thing, and then just started adding some of the pieces. So these are just some little bottle brush trees that I had in my stash that I usually put out with my Christmas village, so I kind of snagged them for a different purpose. I went out and found some small twigs that I could use as a branch, and the little birds, these were some that I inherited from one of my mother-in-law's either garage sale or auction haul. And I've had them for a while. They're originally from Hobby Lobby, but I don't know how long ago. But this is an example. There were two sets of birds. These birds were bigger and they look like little mini ornaments. And then, but the birds I used were a little smaller, but they were like little white dove kind of birds. And so I took my branch and added, just kind of dry brushed or dry dabbed some white paint on there just so it made it look a little snowy. I also added some more white to my trees here. They were already like snow capped, but I just added some more to them. And then I just glued the dove onto the branch. This fencing was it was like one solid piece that I kind of cut into two pieces, and then it came from, I think, an old Scrapping for Less kit, and I hadn't used it in the kit, so I was saving it for something special, and this happened to be that special project. So I painted it white and glued it down here on the corner, and then this was another set. I think they were also these miniature ornaments. There were some wreaths, forgot what that word was for a second. And they had a little bit of snow on it, but I wanted to add some more because the green is a slightly bluer green than what my tree over here was. And so I added some more white to it to kind of mask the fact that it wasn't the same color. Not that it has to be in nature, but I didn't like the color. It was like too bluey green. So I added some more snow to it and then just glued it onto my fence here. And so that is the first scene. And I do still want to kind of come in and add something on the ground. I don't like that you can see my little tree stand here. And I also want to add maybe some greenery to the top, but I need to go find that. I don't have any of that. And I need to figure out what I could put on here. Like I know Debbie at Project 39, she had some of that, I don't even know what you call it, but it's like just some filler, like threads, what is hers called? Like magic? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't want to just use like white felt or anything down here. I want something that can give it a little height. So I need to kind of think about what I might want to put down there. And if you have any ideas, please let me know below what you think might be good. I also thought too, I have some little like half birch logs that I might be able to put down here sticking out. I have a couple of tiny pine cones that might work down there too. I don't know. And then here is the other one. This was taller and skinnier. So I did the same process with the backing and then the tree and then the fence and the wreath. I used two little branches. Since this was taller, I kind of wanted to add something more to fill the space up here. So I brought in two branches that I had made a little snowier. And so yeah, this one I don't need as much at the bottom, but I would still like to have something down at the bottom. So that was that. Next, I had, when Dollar Tree came out with their little mini wooden pallets, I was like, oh, so excited that I could do something cool with those. And then they sat in my stash for a long time. And I saw where somebody had made little pumpkins out of them. So I took two, painted them orange, and then struggled with what to do with the top. So I finally decided, like I could have gone out and got another twig, like a thicker twig to make my twine. But I finally decided I had some cinnamon sticks in my pantry that I don't ever really use, and I thought those would be the nice color, and it actually gives it a little faint cinnamon smell. I know that won't last very long, but I also liked the width of them. So I took cinnamon sticks, cut them in half, and then glued them on as my stem. And then I had two wooden leaves. This was like a little tray. I don't know if it's Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It's been in my stash for a while. I took two green leaves and added that to either side of the stem, and then I wanted to cover up where all that was attached because I didn't like it. So I just brought in a small burlap ribbon and added a kind of a long ribbon bow to the top. So now I have two pumpkins, and I will probably put these in I have like a little hutch in my kitchen I'll probably add those in there for fall. Next, I told you this was just a whole bunch of random items from my stash. Next, I had these 2 little candle holders, and all it was this part here, like the barrel part, and then it had the brass part in there. And I inherited a whole bunch of little wooden wheels from my dad. He used to make tractors, wooden tractors and trains to sell at craft shows. And I inherited all of those, and I don't make any type of vehicle. So I was trying to figure out other ways to use those. So I decided I would add them to the bottom of my candlesticks, just to give them, candlestick holders, just to give them a little bit something more and a little bit more height. So I just painted everything white and then glued on 2 wheels on this one and 1 wheel on the bottom of that one. And then picked up 2 candlesticks from Hobby Lobby, just to add like a little white touch. And I thought that might be pretty. This I will probably try and sell at a craft show. I'm not a big candlestick person because I still have 2 young girls around here. So while I will light jar candles, I don't usually have these out. So these I will probably try and sell at a craft show. That's why the candles are not unwrapped. And last, I had picked up a whole bunch of these little wooden houses and barns at various times from Goodwill. And I even found 2 that were exactly the same. And I think they were like all 99-cent seats. I've taken the tags off. But so I took them all and I painted all of the house part white, and then I painted all the roofs black. This one was like a metal roof that was already painted. So I haven't finished them yet, but I want to kind of come in and add use probably vinyl because I don't have that steady of a hand, but make some like little windows and doors out of black vinyl to dress up the little houses, and then kind of have a little mini wooden village. So that is my random kind of upcycle thrift flip project stash for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed my ideas and might be able to use some of the items from your stash to turn it into something new. Again, check out those in the description box below. Next month is also free choice, so that'll be exciting. I'm excited to see what everybody else chooses for these next 2 months. But thank you so very much for your time today, and hope you all have a very crafty day.